Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time once again. Episode 9 of the GroupUp Podcast is about to begin. This episode features Amodillo, an Australian content creator that plays a lot of our FPS games such as Escape from Tarkov. Listen to us talk about why competitive games are so addictive, yet also so rage-inducing, and Amodillo gets to flex his gaming setup. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the GroupUp Podcast. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the GroupUp Podcast. I'm your host, OzDragon, and joining me today is Amodillo. How are you doing today, Amo? How has your weekend been so far?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Look, I can't complain too much, mate. It's been alright so far. Today's a little bit wet outside, but it's been pretty good. Yeah.
Good to hear.
So let's jump right into it. Let's get to know you a little bit better.
Right. So my name Amodillo kind of came from a mix of my last name and then the animal armadillo. So I just was trying to come up with a name. I think a few years ago, actually, I put out a tweet back when I was doing like YouTube content years ago and saying, "Oh, what should I call my followers?" And someone actually came up with the name Amodillo. I'm like, that's a good name. And then I ran with that for a bit. I'm like, why don't I actually make my name that?
Yeah.
Instead of my viewers' names.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
And I went with that. But yeah, I've been playing a bunch of different games over the years. Used to be big into FIFA, and then FIFA got worse over the years. Lost a bit of interest in that.
Yep.
And then I've always been big on FPS games like Call of Duty.
Yep.
And recently started playing Escape from Tarkov, which I'm pretty addicted to now.
Yes.
Which is now actually my main game I play.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. So you're streaming it a hell of a lot. You and Shriek getting in some games over the months, which is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a different game. There's not many games like it. There's a lot more. You're learning every time you play the game. There's always something new. You could figure out, oh, this ammo does this against this armor, and you're learning new maps. You're learning new ways to play. You're always learning from every fight, whether you win or lose.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I think I brought it up in like another podcast where somebody else was talking about it, but I was kind of like intrigued with it to start off with, but I don't really see it as like a game that I could really get into as intensely as what you and some of the other ANZ boys are like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like apart from gaming, what other like interests and stuff do you have?
Well, I've played soccer since I was about 6 or 7 years old, so I'm still playing that. And I love watching it, following the Premier League and stuff like that. And used to play quite competitively, but now I'm just playing an all age on Friday nights with my brother and my cousin.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah. What kind of positions did you play?
I was always on the wing or up front, like anywhere in the attacking front three. But I like to be. I don't really like defending.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. So, what kind of like got you into streaming? Like, obviously, you talked about like your YouTube. I think you like started off on YouTube and then you came into streaming. Yep. So, how did like you start? Well, let's talk about YouTube first. So how did you get into YouTube, and then how did it progress into streaming?
Well, I've always been gaming. I always used to watch YouTube videos of like KSI, the Sidemen, and all that stuff. Just watching gaming videos on YouTube, and then I just started making videos myself on there for a little bit. Just had a bit of fun with that. And the way I actually discovered streaming was through Undead the Gamer. I was actually recording a YouTube video on Call of Duty Ghosts back in the day.
Yeah.
And I came into a lobby, and when you used to actually talk in lobbies, and Undead was on the other team in that lobby, and he was also recording a YouTube video.
Oh wow. Okay.
We're talking in the lobby, and then then I started following his YouTube from there. And then one day when he moved over to Twitch, I kind of followed him over to Twitch and started watching him on there. So he was the first. I had never heard of Twitch before Undead started streaming.
Okay.
And then I started watching, and then I always wanted to stream, but my internet was never good enough.
Yeah.
Had like 0.8 uploads, so I could never stream. And then eventually I ended up getting some 4G internet to stream off, which was quite expensive. But then while I was waiting for NBN to finally come, after it was delayed for like 2 years in a row, finally got NBN, and now I can stream without issue.
Yeah, holy shit. That's a wild ride.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that I met Undead in a Call of Duty lobby, and then now I've been going to like events with him and stuff like that.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
I suppose that's all it takes, though. Like, everybody, starts off with literally like one person that they know, and then it just spirals from there. Like, I think...
Yeah, exactly.
When I first started streaming, it was... I was doing like Counter-Strike or something, and this was back when my internet was good, because NBN just rolled into our street and nobody else like really was like had it or was using it.
Yeah.
And I think I was streaming like CSGO, and at the time I think I was watching like Tam, who's like another Tasmanian streamer. And from there, like, I met a bunch of people. Like, I think Undead was actually like one of the first people that I also met, but that was through like her rating him or something like that, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, like and Undead like knows literally so many people in the ANZ community. So literally, as soon as like
crazy.
as soon as like Undead, like you'll just instantly like know everybody else really.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty crazy how things spiral like that. And going to events and stuff with like you guys is always like huge highlight, and like always a thing to look forward to each year. So
yeah. It's so disappointing that none of that could go ahead this year.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk, I believe, at like the start of the year, and people were like, "Well, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen?" kind of thing. And some people were like, "Yeah," some people were like, "No." And then like the second wave came in, and literally like everyone's like, "Yeah, no, it's definitely not going on now." So,
yeah, everyone's like, right off this year.
Yeah,
hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year, and hopefully the CSGO tournament as well. I can't remember the full name for that, but
IEM.
That's right. Yeah. Hopefully that goes ahead as well, because I think that was like got cancelled at the start of the year, and I bought my tickets for that. So hoping that it goes next year, because I haven't been to one yet, and it would be pretty cool. But yeah. Anyway,
it was moving to Melbourne too. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of like easy public transport and stuff in Melbourne. I don't really like Sydney as much.
Sydney wasn't great when you had to it was all the way at the Olympic Park, which is like so far away from the rest of the city.
Yeah, stuff that.
Yeah. Well, I came across GroupUp just through you, obviously, when I met you probably through Red's chat. Over like 2 years, nearly 3 years ago, probably now.
Yeah.
And then you've always been involved with the community. And then when you started that up, you get straight in there.
Appreciate it.
And the community is great. You've built a pretty good community there. Everyone's very supportive. I met a lot of people through GroupUp, like Shriek.
Yep.
And Shriek's a very interesting one.
I don't know. He gets mentioned a lot in the podcast, and we'll definitely have to bring him in on one of the episodes, because he seems to be like the spark that literally like everybody everyone seems to like no Shriek or no of Shriek.
Yeah.
Just because of his character. Let's just put it that way.
Nothing better than that no context Shriek.
Yes. Oh, I do like that Twitter page. The man literally has no filter on him. That's the thing.
You just watch it for 10 minutes and he'll say like some absolutely ridiculous shit in that 10 minutes. You're like, oh god.
Yep. Exactly. It's like literally like nothing to do with the game, but he somehow manages to tie it in with Tarkov as well. It's like,
yeah.
This dude could be like a stand-up comedian or something. Like he literally just thinks of things like on the spot like that. It's just absolutely crazy. But yeah, far out. Goodness. But yeah, like you were saying, it's been like 3 years since we've known each other. It honestly doesn't even feel that long, to be honest. Holy shit.
Pretty crazy.
Time flies.
It does. I definitely think that platforms like Twitch and YouTube will become the mainstream media. Television is dying off quite a bit. Like, I don't really know many people that still actually watch television. Mainly, if I'm going to watch something, it's on YouTube or Twitch. And other than that, you have like Netflix, of course, which I don't think is going anywhere. But the free-to-air live TV, I don't think is going to be around much more.
Yep.
I think all those reality TV shows, they'll still be around, but they'll probably be streamed on a platform like YouTube or Twitch or something like that.
Yeah. Or like something like Amazon Prime or like even on Netflix or something. Yeah, it's just like not gonna last very long on television, is what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. No, I think most of the people around it, like our age that I know, only have a television just because of like gaming consoles that they use. They don't really watch it. Yeah. Like actual television. And
I don't think I even have an antenna on my TV to watch live TV. It's all just streaming on my TV.
Yeah. I think ours is the same. It's just a smart television that literally just has like Netflix most of the time. I don't know, Dad likes the news and stuff, but I feel like that kind of entertainment and like you said, the free to air kind of stuff is gonna die off within the next like few generations, I reckon, because no one's really like interested in those kind of shows and stuff. You kind of like sit there and you know, might watch it if you're having like dinner or something, but you know, like you said, like the most of the entertainment that like you and I watch is like live streaming or YouTube videos, or obviously like the Netflix and Stan and whatever other services there are.
It's the on demand that people want. Like, people don't want to have to sit down at a specific time to watch it. They want to watch it when they have time to, and just click on a button and put on that show. You don't have to go, I've got to wait till 8 p.m. at this time to watch the show. Just watch it when you want.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Yeah, I never really thought of it like that, but yeah, that totally makes sense now. But yeah, like with things like obviously Twitch being like a huge live streaming platform, and like other streaming services trying to copy it and all that kind of stuff, like obviously with Twitch was solely based being like a gaming kind of platform, but over the years it's kind of like changed now. It's not solely gaming. It's got what, like arts and crafts or something like that, like painting and
it's got music. You got DJs on there now as well.
Like just chatting and what was that other one? Do you know what category that Brox fellow or whatever from New Zealand uses, like the crafting fellow? Do you know him?
I don't know if he might be arts and craft. I think that might be the category he streams under. I'm not sure.
So
Or that or just chatting.
So yeah, like obviously, I feel like Twitch will probably continue to make more categories and stuff to fit more content creators in, I suppose, in different ways. So yeah, it's like I don't know. I see a lot of people on like Twitter and stuff argue that like Twitch is just solely like a gaming community. What do you like? And then going off at like people that are doing other, arts and crafts or whatever, that kind of stuff. But really, it's like, I don't know, it's changed over the years. It's not solely just for gamers; it's for content creators, really. So I feel that
which is interesting, is why they decided to change the Prime to Prime Gaming, when Twitch isn't like solely gaming anymore, and now they've changed it from Twitch Prime to Prime Gaming.
It's really? I
interesting
didn't know that. Move. That is very interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting name. I don't know why they would actually change that for. Did they give like a reason or a statement or anything, or just?
I think they just wanted to fit it in with the naming format they have for other things. Like they've got Prime Video, Prime Music, and so I think they just wanted to bundle it in with that same name and just gone Prime Gaming.
Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. But yeah, it is a little bit weird when there's just more than just gaming on the platform now, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like I was saying with the adding extra like content into the live streams, like categories and stuff, I don't know, I just feel like it's just going to continue to grow and grow, because like obviously more people have like art and like other talents other than just playing video games. So like people may not just want to go on to just watch other people play video games. They might want to go on to, say, learn tutorials or like how to play a certain instrument or something, and there might be somebody on there that's like learning how to do it as well or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like I suppose things like Twitch and that I don't really see disappearing anytime soon. Plus you've got the massive like esports friggin' tournaments and stuff that get live streamed every year, so that's just my thoughts on it. Anyway,
Twitch is and the esports is doing well when like proper sports channels like ESPN are now trying to latch onto it and stream all these esports games and everything on TV.
Yep. Yeah, I saw what was it, like it was probably like a couple months ago or something. They were live streaming a Rocket League tournament or something on 7mate.
Yeah.
and my parents were like kind of watching the television at the time, and one of them's like, "Oi, get in here," and I'm like, what's going on? Just like, look what's on the television. I look, and it's a Rocket League tournament going on. I'm like, yeah, no bloody surprise. They're trying to, trying to get into it to stay relevant or something like that. Like, yeah. But I feel like the only way that that television would stay relevant would be to have that kind of I don't know, like those kind of like tournaments and stuff, like just playing over on like a different channel. So if they had like one of the major networks in like Australia, like what is it, like Southern Cross and Win or something like that, like if one of those just had like a gaming channel that just live streamed tournaments or something, like I feel like more people would watch that than just normal television.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the coming years, I guess. But yeah, like you and I said, we think that television and those kind of programs will probably die out, and live streaming and that will probably take over. So yeah. Obviously, you have a pretty spectacular gaming setup that you've been adding towards over the years. I want to talk about. Well, let's talk about your gaming setup first, and you can talk about that. I also want to talk about how having like a better, like bigger setup would help with maybe the quality of streaming. Is it like easier to manage while streaming? And yeah, just talk about like the benefits or maybe even disadvantages, if there are any, of like having a huge gaming setup.
Yeah, well, I've been constantly adding and building my setup since I started. Back when I started, I just had like a USB mic, the standard C920 webcam, and just the one PC. And then over the years, I've upgraded the microphone quality to like an XLR microphone, but that Go XLR, which it makes it so much more simple for just managing your audio on streams. You always got your levels right and everything. If something is too loud, you can just put it down. You mute. It just makes things so much easier.
Yep.
And I recently added a fourth monitor to my setup. And I feel like I still don't have enough room. I just have loving stuff all over my screen, so I don't have to like move stuff to look at things, and it makes a big difference, especially when you see people that only have one monitor trying to stream, and then they have to tab out of their game to like adjust something in OBS and all that kind of stuff. But also this year I upgraded to a second PC for streaming. So I got a stream PC and a gaming PC, which makes the quality of the stream so much better, because you don't have that, especially with Tarkov. Tarkov is a big one where a dual PC makes a big difference, because you can tell when someone's on a single PC and they're playing on a map like Shoreline or Woods or something like that, where it's got a lot of grass and trees. It just gets all grainy, and even your camera goes grainy and everything, because it's hard for a computer to keep up. But I think obviously better equipment makes it easier. Doesn't necessarily make your stream better or more entertaining. That's still up to you, but the quality and easiness makes it a lot better, because you can focus more on the game and the content and not have to worry about fixing issues along the way.
No, it's awesome. And you also like upgraded your cameras as well recently, I think. Like, what is it, 4K,
I got the
4K or something now.
It's not 4K, but it's a high quality one. It's got a good lens on it. So it's the Sony A5100 camera. I think that's the most popular option for streamers when they go to get a camera. A proper camera to plug into the cam link. But I got a nice lens on there that gives that shallow depth of field effect and everything like that.
Okay. Yeah, very nice. So you've obviously spent a lot of time and money in getting a setup that you want, and like obviously, like you said, having like dual PCs and that kind of stuff obviously can help with gaming and streaming at the same time, kind of thing, especially with those bigger type of games like you said with Tarkov and that kind of thing, which is like interesting. I never really looked into it that much. All I've got is just my friggin' PC and two monitors at the moment, like but I feel like obviously it's not a huge thing to, if you want to start streaming, to have like the biggest and best kind of setup. Like, as long as I feel like as long as you have maybe two monitors or a webcam and mic and all that kind of stuff, you're pretty set up to go.
You don't need the best gear. You can see people that are like massive streamers that are just using still like that C920 webcam, like the one that everyone uses as a starter, and a headset mic even. They've got thousands of people watching and they've still got that same base setup, because I guess that's just what they're used to. The viewers are used to. They don't really need a high quality. it all comes down to what you want to put out and
Yeah.
what you're comfortable in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I feel like that's it. It's all about your own preferences and what works best for you and yeah, with streaming and or just playing games or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then if you want to obviously upgrade, you can just like do that over time. It doesn't have to be like something that you have to mainly focus on from the start. Really, it's just, if you get the extra money, you can add things over time.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's one of the main reasons I do have such a good setup is I spend the majority of my time in this setup, so I wanted to make it something nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, if you like working from your PC or something, for sure. But yeah, like, I think it's your Be Right Back screen or something like that as well. There's like a camera behind you that just like looks over like your whole like setup. Looks absolutely amazing. I might just like put a photo or something up on the screen of it. But yeah, like the first time that I saw that, because you recently did.
Yeah, when I
There you go. There's like a little bit.
When I upgraded my my camera, I was trying to think of what use I could put to my old webcam. I just had it sitting there for a long time, and then I thought, why don't I put it behind me and use that as my Be Right Back screen? That's a good use of the webcam, and it adds something different to the stream instead of just a BRB on the screen. It actually has something to look at while I'm going.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think it's like a really creative idea. And like the first time I saw that, I was just like, "What the fuck?" Like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like it's really nice setup. I'll admit that. Like compared to mine, like I think I've yeah. Let's not talk about mine, but yeah, like did you like redo your like scenes and stuff like recently, or not recently, but like in the past year or so to like fit with that?
Probably in the beginning of the year sometime. I don't actually remember when I did it now, but I did get a bunch of new graphics made, trying to make it a bit more the theme I was going for was like a bit like futuristic holographic kind of theme.
Yeah.
To kind of fit in with like this space station of a setup.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. All right, I just want to like quickly dive into, just because talking about scenes, do you feel that having like, I don't know, like having better scenes or maybe like even like pop-ups or anything like that during your streams help with like content and make it more enjoyable, or do you feel that having just like normal scenes, say like just like a webcam or just like a normal Be Right Back kind of screen kind of thing, is still good? I suppose. I don't know how else to word that, but
I guess, yeah, it really depends what kind of streamer you are. If you're a streamer that's that people watch for their gameplay, like if you're just really good at a game and people watch you for that, you don't really need any of those scenes. People are going to watch you no matter what. Like if you're Shroud, just clicking heads, you can just have no fancy overlays or anything and people will watch. But if you're a streamer that is not the best at the game, but what you're trying to do is provide entertainment, then scenes definitely help with that. A friend of mine, Wacko Polacco, I play Tarkov with him all the time, and he's got the best scenes. He green screens himself into all over the place in Tarkov. When in game, he'll just stop and take a screenshot of the game and then turn that into a scene later. It's great.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, he adds entertainment value like that, and he's good at the game, so that definitely helps.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool too. I feel like streaming, obviously, like it's a content creator kind of platform, so to see people like your mate like come up with these crazy ideas just like out of nothing really, and put them into like the streams and all that kind of stuff is like awesome to see. Like what kind of creativity people out there can come up with, because I've seen, like you said, I've seen a lot of people that obviously just stream with, normal overlays and all that kind of stuff, and good at the game. But I've also seen like a lot of more entertaining, well, not more entertaining, but more of like a like with the scenes and stuff. I don't know how to freaking word it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like all the green screens and all that kind of stuff. Like there was a bloke that I used to watch, Sushi Dragon, I think his name was, and
Sushi Dragon, yeah.
He had like crazy freaking scenes and that kind of stuff, because literally like most of his background was literally just like a green screen, and he'd just like do all this like crazy like animations and all that kind of shit while he was like dancing to songs and all that kind of stuff, and it was absolutely wild to watch. So yeah, I suppose it just kind of depends on, like you said, what kind of content you are putting out, and what kind of works best for you, really. So yeah, for sure. We could talk about games like FIFA, because obviously that's like a huge game that you were into over the years.
Very rage-inducing game.
Like CSGO, Rainbow Six, and if like a little bit of League of Legends, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah.
I think competitive games are just, when you're doing well, they give you that adrenaline rush, and it just makes you feel good when you're doing well in competitive games. But then I think the rage aspect comes in when you think that you should be doing better than you are in those games, and you start losing. That's when you start to get frustrated of things are going against you that aren't necessarily your fault. That's when the rage comes out. But I think they're so addicting because they're very repetitive. So you just want to keep improving. The more you play, the better you get. So that's why you just want to constantly get back on, get better, and try and get wins and stuff.
Yeah. No, for sure. All right, I'm gonna go into the touchy subject of FIFA, because obviously that's like a main game that you've been into, and I have seen a couple of like clips and stuff of you raging in that like punching your microphone, for example, or like I'm pretty sure there may have been something that was broken over the years as well. Like, is that true?
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
So what kind of I don't know, like how do you cope with like losing in those kind of games? Obviously you're kind of more on the like emotional side, where you show your anger and all that kind of stuff on stream, which makes for like good quality content as well. But
I think the way to cope with FIFA is to stop playing FIFA. That's my advice. That's what I've done. But if FIFA, that one's a really frustrating game, because over the years it's gotten more. It feels like the game is trying to make you lose when you're playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone talks about this thing scripting. Everyone reckons the game is rigged towards one person during a match to try and make it seem more even. So like if you're playing someone that's been losing a lot, the game might rig it towards them a bit, and you feel like no matter what you're doing, the ball just bounces to them every time, or you have a shot and your shot always hits the post, but their shot always goes in, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, FIFA used to be a very like fun arcadey kind of game. It was like quick pace and everything. And then in like recent years, they tried to make it more realistic and slow it down a bit. And a lot of people have turned away from the game recently.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
And especially when it's become a massive pay-to-win game. People will spend thousands of dollars a year on packs just to try and get better players. And I think that's when people get more frustrated as well, when they're spending money and on the game, and then the game is just absolutely cucking them. Okay. Yeah. I feel like
if games go into that kind of like pay to win aspect, because obviously we kind of like talked about in one of the other episodes as well about the Star Wars Battlefront 2. When that first came out, it was kind of like a pay to win kind of like loot box kind of thing, and everybody hated it. So
classic EA.
Yeah. So I feel if obviously like if they're gonna do shit like that, like people are just gonna be like, nah, like we're not gonna even bother with that kind of shit. But I can totally understand why people would be upset, like not being able to get the players that they want or something. Do you feel that?
I don't think there should be any pay to win advantages in any game. I think if you want to have microtransactions in your game, it should purely be cosmetic. It should not give anyone an advantage over anyone else. If they can afford to spend money on a game and someone else can't, they should be able to compete equally.
Yep. No, I totally stand behind that statement right there. So, do you feel how would you improve FIFA? Would you have like, obviously you don't want any like transactions or anything like that for like pay to win. So would you have it more of like if you want like a player or something, you have to like grind up like maybe skill levels or something to try and get to that like player, or how would you like go about?
Yeah, they kind of brought in recently like a battle pass kind of thing, whereas you'd get XP by doing challenges and stuff, and you'd unlock things, but you really only unlocked like cosmetic items through that, and unlocked maybe a couple of packs, but the pack's always untradeable and everything. But I think they should make that more of a focus. If you should be able to unlock these 100k packs that people are spending their money to unlock, which by playing the game, which you just can't at the moment.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And the only way to actually get stuff for free is by winning their going really well in foot champions, which is their competitive mode on weekends. But the only way you can go good in that is if you spend money to get the best players versus everyone else that's been paying the win. So
it's pretty much just like a loss kind of situation, really, unless you're spending
they've invested
that money.
everything in the ultimate team because it's what makes them the most money. So there's other modes that are fun, but they haven't improved on them in years.
Yeah.
Like the career mode and the pro clubs kind of side, where there is no pay to win aspect, but everything's in the ultimate team now.
Yeah. So I don't know, what I'm getting from what you're saying is pretty much just that the company has gone more towards like the money side of things instead of the actual like having a game there for people to enjoy.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's like, how can we make more money this year, not how can we improve our game?
Yeah, okay. That's pretty disappointing. I feel like to have like somebody like you who's obviously played FIFA for a lot of years and like enjoyed the game over the years and stuff, and then obviously you just don't like what is happening now because obviously they've changed it over to being more greedy, which they're obviously like losing a lot of their fan base, and if they're gonna stuff their players around, then obviously they're not gonna have that player base anymore. So in the end, they're just, I don't know, I feel like they're just gonna lose all the people that they got over the years, which is pretty disappointing.
Yeah, there's so many YouTubers that I used to watch that always played FIFA, always made FIFA videos that don't touch FIFA anymore. They've moved on because everyone's sick of it. Really, there's only the people that are really trying to go pro in the game that are still playing it, and then I don't know who else is really playing it anymore. There's so many people that have just switched games now.
Yeah, far out. That's pretty disappointing.
And there's not much competition either. The PES, which is their competitors, their game is just dog shit. So it doesn't help. They don't have competitive.
Yeah.
And they don't have any licensing or anything. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, they don't have to do much to still be the best football game.
Yeah. Yeah. Far out. That is pretty disappointing to hear. I don't know how many other competitive games you've played. Like, have you gone into like CS:GO, or I think you used to play a bit of Rainbow Six? Is that right? little bit of Rainbow Six?
Yeah, I never really played CS:GO much, but yeah, Rainbow Six I did play for a little while. That game was I really did enjoy Rainbow Six Siege, and then really what made me stop playing it was Tarkov. I feel like once you play Tarkov, any other shooter game just doesn't feel good anymore.
Yeah.
You go back to Siege and like, wow, this game sucks. But yeah, I used to love playing Siege all the time. But Tarkov has just got something different to it that it makes every other shooter game just feel a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, far out. So we'll go back into Tarkov in a little bit because obviously you want to talk about that. But I like going back into Rainbow Six. I personally played a lot of CS:GO and kind of played a little bit of Rainbow Six. Probably not as much as what you and some of the other boys have, but what kind of like drove you into playing that into that game? Like, was it the operators? Was it I don't know, like the map skill groups, all that kind of stuff? Or
I don't actually remember what made me start playing Siege. I just feel like all of a sudden I was playing Siege. I don't remember how I got into it, but yeah, I really enjoyed the kind of tactical play. It's wasn't just run and gun like Call of Duty. It was more you had to plan each round and hold angles and take your time with things, and yeah, it wasn't just shoot die nonstop.
Yeah, for sure, that's it. And I feel like with the added extra of the operators having their own like different gadgets or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, every game that you play is going to be different because there's different positions to play, different ways to enter into a building, obviously with like the different gadgets and stuff that you can use, so you're never always versing the same operators and that kind of stuff as well. So really you don't know what to expect until you actually get into the game, which is something that I enjoyed about the game. But yeah, I don't know, like excuse me. Did you ever get like mad or like angry at the game, like if you were like losing or something like that?
I uninstalled it once because I was holding an angle for an entire round, and then the second I turned around, someone peeked the window and shot me in the back. So I uninstalled it straight after that.
Far out. I feel like with those kind of games, and it's the same with CS:GO as well, like you could be holding that angle until like there's literally 5 seconds left, and then you're like, nobody's coming in. All of a sudden, in those 5 seconds, you're dead because you just like look away for a second, like
exactly it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I can totally understand why that would piss you off.
But yes, I think Siege was always fun if we were playing with like a full 5 stack of friends. But when you're playing with random people online, it can get frustrating if you're having a good game and then you lose the match because you got a teammate that got 0 kills, and then it gets frustrating in that aspect. But when you got a full team, you can actually communicate. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like if you have that stack of friends and stuff, it obviously makes it a lot more enjoyable than just having random people and that might be like friggin' screaming in the mics or just like shit talking you because you may not be up to their standards or something like that, which I have a lot of issues with because obviously I'm not the best, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think that I got like super mad at the game unless it was like something like you said where you're holding an angle for like ages and then they all of a sudden peak when you look away, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even with randoms, it was always, in my opinion, it was always still fun, I suppose. Like just a lot of characters online, a lot of strange and weird people, and each game, like I said, is different, and I don't know, like even when you're with randoms, it can still be enjoyable as long as they're not complete dickheads. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of have you played or like seen much of League of Legends as well? Because I hear that's probably like
no,
one of the
I've never played League, but I've heard people rage at that one a lot. But I don't really understand the game to really know much about that.
No, I didn't think so. I kind of just like wanted to, bring it up, I suppose, because it was. I feel like, from what I've heard, it's the most rage-inducing game that is out there at the moment, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I heard people always talk about that, but I've never understood what it is.
I think it's like that, and like Overwatch is like up there. It's like one of the most, rage-inducing games out there. But like, I don't know. Like, I understand why people get mad at some video games, and like obviously I've been mad and upset at points as well, as well as you have, but like when you're like in a game with randoms or something like that, and obviously this person is having bad games as well, but they actually take it out on other players, like they're being nasty or talking shit and all that kind of stuff, is when I personally feel like it takes away from the game, and it obviously makes the game like less enjoyable when somebody's like that. Like you said with FIFA, like if you're having a bad game or whatever, just don't play it. Like there's no need to continue and progress into like more hatred and more.
Once you get angry at FIFA, you just start playing worse and worse. It's just you lose your head and you just stop. You can't get good again.
And I feel like it's probably the same with most other games as well. And I really don't know like how to fix that apart from people just walk away from a game, I suppose. But I feel like it just brings less enjoyment to the game when people start acting like that, when complete idiots, which is a bit unfortunate that people can be like that sometimes. Because Fall Guys is a big game at the moment, we can probably talk about that. So first off, how many crowns do you have at the moment?
I have 4 crowns.
Oh, he's got 4 crowns.
Oh, 4. Oh, I got 2 in one night the other night as well. I was popping off.
Goodness me. Like, what did you win them on? Like, just on the, the mountain climb?
I think I won them. I think all of my I've gotten 3 wins on the hexagon one, and 1 win on the crown grab.
Yeah, far out. Do you find it easier? The hexagon
one's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I find it a lot easier than the crown grab. I feel like the crown grab, if you stuff up once, you can't catch up really to the people at the front.
Yeah.
Because with the hexagon, you take your time until you're the last one standing.
Yep. I feel like, and with like the hexagon one as well, there's like the option to be creative with how you want to like eliminate people. Like some people go straight to the bottom level and then just like clear out a massive circle, so if the people above fall, they literally just like eliminated straight away. I
like to go down maybe like 2 levels but not too far, and just try to make a hole towards the middle and just cut off my own little section to just jump around and take my time on until people suck. And then I'm always looking at like the level below me. And if I feel like I'm starting to run out of space soon, I kind of look down there and jump down to a safe place. Because the worst thing is when you fall and you fall through like 5 levels all the way to the bottom. You're like, I'm dead, sick.
Yeah, it's definitely what you got to watch out for. People can be sneaky like that and just make like the tiniest circles like in the middle. And if you land in one of those, like you're just gone. But
I got really lucky with one of my wins. I was final 2 people, and then I'd fallen, but when I fell, I dove. And I think it made me fall slower than them. And I was falling, and instead I won. I was like, yes. I thought I'd lost.
One of my wins was exactly like that. I think it was actually me and Shriek. We were the last ones on the hexagon one. And yeah, a couple of levels above, I tried to cut him off. And anyway, I think he fell down to the bottom level or whatever. And it was just me and him on the bottom level at the end. And yeah, we both fell roughly at the same time, but I don't think he actually dove. I actually dove and got that like extra air time, so I ended up winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that definitely helps. So let's talk about as well the like I don't know. I've seen like a little bit of talk about it becoming into like an esports kind of game. Have you seen much about that?
I don't know if that game can even be really possible to be an esports game.
No.
I think it should just be a fun party game and just kind of stay that way.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the tactics that people would have for esports? You'd have someone that's just like assigned to just pushing people off the edge.
Oh goodness me! And like, just like I don't know, random maps like the one where you're like on the platform and the just the walls come past or whatever.
Oh
and
yeah.
You gotta like move to where it's like safe. Just like I can definitely see like somebody that's just like called the sacrifice or whatever. They just like holds that person, holds that person while the wall comes, so both the people are just like eliminated. Oh goodness me! But yeah, I personally don't see it becoming esports game as well, just because of
No.
I don't know, like just because of the bugs in it. Me personally,
There's a lot of RNG involved in the game as well.
Like
you got to get lucky to win sometimes.
Yeah, and I feel that like myself and some of my other mates that have played it as well have had a few issues with it, especially with just like maybe connections to the server or something, where especially that freaking tail tag, like if you have a tail, literally somebody on the opposite team or like a random or whatever could literally grab your tail from like 2 kilometers away.
Yeah, that one, and I feel like I've grabbed someone, literally held them, and it didn't grab their tail. I'm like, I want their tail. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Like I've had that issue as well. So, like, I don't know what it actually is like a latency and lag and.
I think that they've just had so many people playing it that their servers struggled a little bit. But,
but
I don't think they expected the blow up as much as it did.
Yeah, I feel that obviously it just wouldn't be a fair game if it was like that in an esports kind of tournament, especially if it's like after money or something. Like if you lost, like getting eliminated by somebody grabbing your tail like friggin' on the other side of the map or whatever, like, you'd be friggin' raging. But I don't know. And then there's obviously like the cheaters and stuff that are going around at the moment. Like,
I can't believe there's actually people cheating on that game. Unbelievable.
Like it's a simple, fun party game, and people are there like, oh my god, I have to be the very best and win it by flying and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, why? Like, I don't know. It just ruins the game for everybody. But yeah, I've only personally came across one cheater that was like a flying one, and they had the friggin' pigeon costume on. And the last the last game mode that we had to do was the hexagon one. And so I'm like, well, there's no friggin' point in like even trying really, because obviously they're just gonna fly around and like not get eliminated, because obviously like you have to fall down in that game. And so I was just like spectating this dude, and he was like literally going around to the other players and just like making like obviously going onto the hexagons and just like stepping on them just to make like a little hole there, so that person like just falls and gets eliminated because they just like run out of space. And this like, I think it was like him and one other dude, and the cheater actually fell down and almost touched the group, but then like flew back up. And then went over to the last dude who was trying his butt off. Like, he was doing so good. And goes over and just, like, taunts, like, right next to him while he's in the air. And I'm just like, you absolute, like, dipshit. Like, like, you're not any good, like, at the game. Like, I don't know. I really can't stand
Yeah.
people like that. Makes my
Cheaters
blood
ruin every game.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, like how long do you think it will be until like the hype of Fall Guys dies down?
I think it's
Obviously,
definitely going to die down next month a lot once it's not free on the PlayStation anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because
That
it
makes
was just a
sense.
1 month free thing with PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think many people would want to be spending like $30 on that game.
Yeah.
It's pretty expensive on PC.
Yeah.
And I feel like it will probably still stick around for like a long time as like just a fun game to play occasionally.
Yep.
But I don't think people are going to be playing it every day like they are at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. I can definitely see it dying down. I don't know. It depends if they bring out like more game modes and that kind of stuff as well. Like obviously they've just announced like the season 2 pass or something like that. But yeah, like every game, it's definitely gonna fall down, pun intended.
I think they definitely need to bring in custom lobbies so you can make your own custom games with like your own stream and with friends and stuff.
For sure.
Bring in more game modes because it does get quite repetitive after a little bit when you're just playing the same ones over and over again.
Yep. And get rid of that fucking memory one as well. We have to like jump on the fruit. Just like why?
It's like pointless, that one.
Yeah. But I like myself and a lot of my mates definitely like have always said like, why is there no option to create your own lobby? It would be so good for like streamers, big or small. Like you could have like a streamer that has like 20 viewers and has like 10 mates in, and you could like start a game. Like it doesn't have to be the 60 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like it'll be like the new marbles. You could just get your whole chat in there for like a little fun tournament or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Because at the moment you can only have 4 people, and then I guess you chat can try and like stream snipe and get into the same one, but yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to tell as well because no one's really got like the names and stuff on them at the moment.
Yeah,
it's all just Fall Guy and then the numbers or whatever. But
yeah, it's frustrating. Wish I'd bring back custom names.
Yeah, but I definitely see it dying down a lot. And like you said, like I didn't even know that it was free on the PlayStation thing. I think I actually bought it, and yeah, I can definitely see it dying down eventually, especially if there's like no new content that's like coming out each month or something. Like it has to be regular with those kind of games to keep the people interested.
For sure.
If they just leave it for like 2 or 3 months, it's just gonna die down. But yeah, for sure. Well, first, do you believe in ghosts, and have you had any ghost encounters?
No, not really. But when I was younger, my uncle had bought this apartment building, and he claimed it was haunted by like a girl or something, a little girl.
Okay.
He said when he moved in like the basement there, when he walked in there was just like little girl's school clothes just sitting on the floor there. But apparently like the previous owner didn't have children or anything, and it was like pretty creepy. And then he always said that there was like ghosts and stuff there, and we all stayed over there one night.
Yeah.
And for some reason we're watching horror movies as well. And then my other uncle thought it'd be funny to rock up in the middle of the night with a balaclava on and break in. So he's like there's like this like metal ladder on the outside. He's outside there breaking through the window and everything. And then my uncle is just like absolutely shitting himself. He's like, oh fuck. And we're all screaming, and then we found it was my other uncle.
Oh my god.
Good prank.
Yeah, for sure. Holy shit. Oh my god. That is so good. That is a good story. Oh my goodness.
But other than that, I haven't had any ghost encounters or anything.
No, that's fair. fair. Yeah, I personally haven't had any encounters either, but I don't know. It's always interesting to hear people's stories about it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this PGA tournament thing that's going on. I don't really know much about it, but it's something that you're in at the moment, I believe.
Yep. So at the moment, in the process of planning a kind of a Creator Cup for the new PGA 2K21 game. That I've been playing a little bit recently. So we've got about 18 streamers at the moment that are going to be playing next Saturday. Well, it depends when this goes out. The weekend coming. And basically, I'm going to be casting the tournament with Tex, and we're going to have like 5 groups playing throughout the day, and then the last round, me and Tex are going to play our round as well, and then the winners is basically going to have the bragging rights of being the best PGA streamer in Australia.
Yeah, far out. No, that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it should be a good day. Should be fun. I've been playing the hell out of that game. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's the golf one? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of tweets going on about it. Like obviously Tex, you and Maddox, I believe as well. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really been into golf myself, but definitely sounds like a good tournament and should be a lot of fun. So that's happening this Saturday coming. Is that right?
Yep.
And you're thinking about, if it goes well, probably doing another one in the future?
Yeah, I might. If it goes well, I'll see how often we do them. But yeah, I reckon it'd be good to do them quite often. If more streamers want to get involved, get new streamers in, and even open it up to like the community as well.
For sure.
I reckon it could be good fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's definitely awesome. A fun game to play with friends. I've been playing it with Tex and QB and stuff quite a bit, and it's just very funny when you see someone just absolutely shank a shot. And then when someone somehow chips one in from real far out, everyone just goes crazy.
No, that's pretty awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well and smoothly. And do you have anybody in mind that you're rooting for, like apart from yourself?
Probably myself.
Just...
But, I don't know who the favorite would be at the moment. Red seems to think he's pretty good, so I think he feels like he's going to take it out. But Tex is very consistent as well. I call him Grandpa Tex because he hits so many pars.
That's good. I like it. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the GroupUp Podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. For the listeners that are watching this, where can people find you on social media and follow you if they're interested?
Yeah, so I stream on Twitch at just Amodillo, and I occasionally put out YouTube videos on YouTube under the same name. And my Twitter, however, is Amodillo TV because someone somewhere has my name. and I can't get it from them, even though they've never tweeted in their life. So, yeah.
Gonna hunt them down.
That's about it.
No, it's awesome. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. It's been an absolute
Thanks
pleasure.
for having me.
And yeah, hopefully the community can get behind you. And I'm looking forward to this Saturday. I think I should hopefully have the time to drop in if I'm not busy. But yeah, for sure. Sounds like a good time.
Awesome.
Pleasure. But yeah, thank you very much once again. And do you have any final words to finish off the podcast?
No, just thanks for having me, and hope you all enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah, too easy. That's it. Thank you very much, mate. Have a good one.
Yep.